Hello everybody, this is Mr. DSi Review, and today I'm bringing you guys the next episode of This Week in Nintendo 3DS News. Now this episode will cover from Monday, October 17th to Monday, October 24th, and it's been a pretty slow news week, at least early on. Of course, later on in the week it really picks up, as you'll see. From early on, all we really got is that the slider pad is going to be available in North America before February 7th, which, if you didn't know, is the day Resident Evil Revelations is going to be released. So it may or may not be bundled with Resident Evil, and it may or may not even be bundled with anything else before then. But actually, that's just about it for that. Next bit of news may not even end up being Nintendo 3DS news, but it's that a website has been registered for Pokemon Gray by the same company that registered the website for Pokemon Black and White. It's possible that Gray will end up being for regular Nintendo DS, just like Black and White were, or it might end up being for the 3DS. If it is for the 3DS, I think that would be pretty awesome, especially if they used the new models that they have with the Pokédex 3D app. But that's just maybe just something to watch out for. Next is that 3D classics in the eShop, basically like the remakes of the NES games, but in 3D, are soon going to be getting two more titles, kind of bigger name titles. One of them is going to be Kirby's Adventure, and the other one is going to be Kid Icarus. And they're supposed to be in the shop next month. At least that's what it's supposed to be for Europe, and that's really about it as far as that goes. Meanwhile, also with the eShop, you can now purchase some videos from the Nintendo Video application, which is the application where where the 3DS automatically downloads a video whenever a new one's available via Spot Pass, and then it replaces old ones. It's a little pricey for them, and I don't really intend on buying any, but in case you want some, there's always the option. And then at near the end of the week on Friday, Nintendo had a Nintendo 3DS conference covering a lot of things that they would have liked to cover at the conference they had last month, but didn't have time to. And one big topic from that was Mario Kart 7, in particular multiplayer and Street Pass. So a lot of information has been disclosed about that. Up to 8 players can play together in multiplayer, either locally or online, and it's going to run at 60 frames per second, which is actually very smooth. And meanwhile, for Street Pass, there's what's being called a communities feature, and basically someone can set up a group for Mario Kart with specific rules and settings, and then you can share the community via Street Pass to other people and play races with those specific rules and whatnot. And some speculation noted that this kind of is almost like a clan feature, which would be interesting. I'm not really into Mario Kart, especially on a competitive level, but it could mean some big things for that. And Street Pass also is going to be used to exchange game data, like for example your win-loss records, your scores, the amount of coins you collected, and finally there's the Spot Pass features, which allow you to download one ghost per day, and you can store up to 7 of them, and even have an 8-person race with them, which is pretty cool, especially if you don't exactly have friends to play Mario Kart 7 with. One of the next big topics from the conference was the firmware update that's going to be coming most likely in November, at least it's supposed to be. Two main things from that are that there's going to be 3D recording for the camera channel. You can record up to 10 minutes, and you can even use stop motion with that. I heard somewhere, there was a rumor that you can upload this to YouTube, but I don't know if it's going to be a direct upload. It doesn't seem like it's going to be, or if it's going to require a file transfer. And then one of the other big things that the firmware update will bring is more stuff for the Street Pass Me Plaza. It'll bring a couple more puzzles for the puzzle swap feature, and then it'll bring a whole second quest for the Find Me minigame, which seems to have upgraded gameplay and possibly even the ability to choose your own path. Now, one next big thing is Nintendo Direct, and the conference is called the Nintendo Direct Conference, and what Nintendo Direct itself is it's basically a way for Nintendo to get their news directly to their fans, and it seems that they're going to be doing this with videos. So far, as far as I know, there's only one for North America, and Japan also seems to be getting a release date calendar with theirs. On my website, I have an article with the first Nintendo Direct North American video embedded, so if you want to go check that out, thanks to whoever it was who uploaded it. I think it was Nintendan. Then another feature that's coming soon, announced at the conference, is called Swap Note. It's basically a messaging application for the 3DS. Now previously, if you wanted to communicate with someone, basically you'd have to use your little status on the friends list. But now you can draw or write messages to people, presumably again on your friends list. And you can even send them sound bits from the sound channel or photos from the camera channel. So that should be pretty interesting. On kind of a side note with that, I don't know how much I'll use that with subscribers, with you guys, because I'm sure a lot of you would like to talk to me or send me messages, but I don't think it would be too fair if I only talk to a few people. So again, I might still do that from time to time, but don't necessarily expect me to. Next is that Hulu Plus is coming to the Nintendo 3DS and apparently also the Wii. And there's really not a ton to say about this one. It's just going to offer tons of TV shows. It costs $7.99 a month. If that interests you, then, well, there you go. You can get Hulu on your 3DS. Next, one thing that I mentioned in, I think it was the first week I did this, is Tales of the Abyss coming for Nintendo 3DS in Europe. It's been delayed, and it hasn't, I don't believe a new date has been specified, and as to why it's been delayed hasn't really been specified either, but the fact of the matter is that it is going to be delayed. And then finally, just one last thing that came up recently is that Super Mario 3D Land got an 8 out of 10 score from Edge Magazine. Now apparently Edge Magazine tends to give pretty tough scores, so this sounds pretty solid, especially when you consider that New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I believe, got a 7 on that. And on a kind of related note with Edge Magazine, recently Zelda Skyward Sword, I realize that it's a Wii game, but I figured I'd mention it, scored a 10 out of 10 in that. So that should be a pretty good game as well, definitely to look out for, even though it's not for the 3DS. Anyway, that's about it for this episode. As you can see, there definitely was a lot of news near the end of the week. And if you like this episode, then please rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my website where throughout the week I'll post articles about this kind of stuff. Check out my other videos. And I will see you guys next time.